Hi there, my name is Paul. I'm doing the rest of this video from a script which is on my monitor, so I won't be able to look directly at the screen all the time. So be aware of the fact that I'm looking away because I'm reading off the monitor so I can say it correctly. A YouTuber friend made a comment on my video about whom I think is going to win the election, in which the comment consisted of a cheering, McCain! I more or less responded by saying something to the effect of, hey buddy, just because you want him to win isn't going to happen. Then she comes back to tell me she's an 11-year-old girl. Oops. I decided in view of the circumstances to take more time to write out my answers so she could learn something. Then I decided, why not do a video? So here it is, and remember, this is directed to a young lady of 11. So here I go. You were writing a response to one of my videos because obviously you don't like it that McCain is going to lose, or at least I think that is what you are saying. I'm going to write to you as if you were a little adult, which you are, and not talk down to you. So if I say something you don't understand, feel free to ask me or ask your parents. I think back to when I was 11 and I realized how little I knew about the world. Young lady, and I say that not to be patronizing but as a statement of fact, I think you're quite intelligent and salute you for being willing to stand up and say what you think. We don't get enough of that from adults, let alone from little kids. And I want to say something to you that might hurt a little bit because you're young and don't know a whole lot. You're an innocent little girl who, like all innocent kids, has been protected from the cruel realities of the world. There are things in the world of which you have no idea. I'm not going to describe anything really bad because I do not wish to damage your charming innocence, nor do I wish to scare you. The world can be a really fun place to be in. If you're fortunate, you won't be exposed to some of the worst things around. You will need to see some of the things that are not so good if for no other reason than it will allow you to become better aware of the world around you so you're protected from people hurting you too much. You don't know yet that politicians always lie. They have to. Half the people who would vote for them want things that are the exact opposite of the things wanted by the other half of the people who would vote for them. And as a result, if a politician says anything about what they would do, they lose some of the support they have. Sometimes they want to be in favor of things that people that voted for them would not like if they knew about it. And sometimes they're just outright crooks who say anything whether they mean it or not because they figure they can get away with it in order to get elected. A lot of people do not like John McCain because they dislike the policies of the current President Bush. Mr. McCain has not clearly shown himself to be any different from the current president in ways that matter, and this is what is going to make him lose. Little lady, you're innocent. You have all the things in the world that are coming up in your life. When you discover that you're interested in boys, when you have your first kiss, when you get your heart broken by some boy, and maybe when you discover you've broken some boy's heart because he likes you and you don't like him. The cliques in school where some mean girls get together and tell bad news about other girls they don't like, and maybe you're one of those that they pick on. Bullies in school. The dangers of drugs and sex for high school students. Your first crush. Your first date. Learning to drive. All of these things and hundreds more are in your future and you have no idea about them. And your parents. By the time you turn 15 or 16, you're really going to hate them because of all the things they won't let you do that you think you should. You'll find out later that sometimes they were right and sometimes they were totally wrong. And sometimes they will even know they were wrong. And you'll know that they know they were wrong and they still won't admit it. And sometimes you'll know that they were right but you don't want to admit it to them. It is probably likely that they will even know it that you know this. You'll find the music they listen to be tasteless and boring, and they'll find the music you listen to incomprehensible and vulgar. If you're smart or you figure it out, you'll probably see there are times when you can do things even though they say you shouldn't. Sometimes you'll get caught, sometimes you won't, but you'll learn along the way. Then maybe by the time you're 25, you'll realize you're wrong and they weren't all that bad. Then perhaps, someday in the future, you'll get married and have kids, and guess what? You'll be doing the same things that your parents did and wondering how you got the mess you're in because the nasty little brat you raised hates you and disobeys you when they think they can get away with it. Then you'll discover your kids are doing the same things that you did when you were their age, modified by the things and experiences they will have which will be different from your own, and that they listen to strange music that you don't understand, and it's nothing like the good music you listened to when you were their age. At 11, you probably think you know some things. Let me tell you, you know next to nothing, and basically you will probably change your opinions on almost everything you now know or believe in. The world is a wonderful, magical place, and your journey has barely even started. I think I'll pass on a quote from a song by Belinda Carlisle, "Heaven is a place on earth." In this world, we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. Of all the things I've said so far, I can't prove any of this to you, but you will find out.
Email Paul at paul-robinson.us.